Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing a tutorial slash review on the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I got this palette in the mail yesterday, and ever since I even heard that she was launching it, I knew that I wanted it and that I wanted to do a review on it. I love Jaclyn Hill so much, and Morphe, I like their shadows. I don't think they're great, but I know Jaclyn Hill is very particular, so I expected this to be very good. So yeah, I did this look today with it. I also plan on doing a bunch of other looks using this palette, and you guys wanted a review, but to be honest, I love it. I have no complaints. I swatched like every single color and they're all fantastic. The shimmers, one swipe and they're like foiled. The mattes are so creamy. They don't feel like Morphe shadows. They feel like Makeup Forever artist shadows, or like something really high quality. Because Morphe shadows are okay, but they're not great. But these ones are great. Like, these are like a whole other level of great. The only complaint I have about the palette is, of course, that it's white and it's cardboard. So, as you can probably tell, I already have it dirty. But I don't really care about that stuff. It doesn't really bother me. So, I think this is an amazing palette. I think it's 100% worth $38. I think it's like $50 Canadian. I think it's 100% worth it. I think everyone needs to buy it. If you don't already have it, you need to get it in the next restock. I don't think I'm gonna buy any more palettes for like ever. This is everything that I needed. Everything is so good. I'll just open it up for you real quick and show you what it looks like, even though I'm sure you've all seen. Also, it came with this little plastic thing separate, but I just taped down over her little message so that I would know the names of the colors. It's just like so beautiful. I plan on playing with these ones in my next video. I also want to do a bronze look. If you guys are interested, please let me know down below. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. I was hoping that I could complain about something or have something to like critique, but the only issue was the packaging, and that's not a big deal for me, to be honest, because the shadows are so good. So anyways, if you like this look that I'm wearing right now, please stay tuned and watch the tutorial. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I hope you have the best day. Okay, so I'm first going to take the shade Silk Cream from the Jaclyn palette, and I'm going to buff this into my crease as my transition shade. As you can tell, I already had that shade on. That's because my camera cut off, so I just wanted to film it real quick so you knew what I used. This is just going to be the shade that's going to make sure that everything blends and doesn't go all choppy up to my brow bone. I'm next going to take the shade Butter, and I'm going to apply that as my second transition shade. This is just going to be adding a little bit more pigment. It's not going to go up as far as the other one, but again, we're just trying to make sure that everything blends cohesively and that I don't have any choppy lines, because sometimes when you work with deep red shades, you can get have a really hard time blending. So this is why I am doing this step. Make sure you blend in circular and windshield wiper motions, and make sure that you apply the most product to the bottom of your crease and work your way up to your brow bone. So now, taking the star of the show, the shade Hunts from the Jaclyn palette, I'm going to apply that to my crease and the outer part of my lid using my MAC 217 brush. This has to be one of my favorite eyeshadows I've ever used. It is like so pigmented. There is a little bit of kick up, but for me, I don't really care about kick up or fallout as long as the shade performs well. I would actually honestly buy this palette just for this shade because it's so good. So yes, apply this to your crease and then make sure you go in with butter and buff out the edges so that you don't have any harsh lines. now taking the tiniest bit of the shade Jax from the palette, I am going to apply like a very small amount of this to the outer lid and the outer part of my crease. I'm only applying this just to add a little bit of depth, and I will take hunts and go over top just to make sure it blends in. I'm not really trying to make the shade visible. I'm just trying to deepen up the red shade a little bit just so it's not just a very bright red color. I want to add a little bit of depth. Then just make sure you go back in with your blending brush and buff it all out. Okay, it's now time to cut my crease. I'm taking my Kat Von D Lock Concealer in the shade L1, and I'm going to do a half cut crease. This is literally the best concealer when it comes to cutting your crease because it's such a thick consistency that it is super easy to work with, and it's a really good base for any shadow that goes on top. If you're having trouble with cutting your crease and figuring out where to cut it, I've said this before, but just apply concealer to the lower part of your lid, look up, roll your eyes a bit so that it transfers up there, and then make sure you cut it up to that line. I usually like to cut mine extra high because I have really small eyes and I try to make them look as big as I possibly can. Now taking the shade Faint, which is like an iridescent pink shade, and I'm going to spray my MAC 242 brush with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to apply that right on top of the concealer. The camera really isn't picking up how amazing this shadow is, but I was literally like dumbfounded by how amazing it was. It literally looked foiled, and it didn't transfer anything throughout the day. It was like, it's such an amazing shade. The shimmers in this palette are literally amazing. So yes, just make sure that you apply it along the line and try to keep it as clean as you possibly can. Okay, I'm now going back in with that Hunts shade on my MAC 217 brush and just patting it along the line where the shimmer and the outer part of the cut crease meet. I just want to make it softly blend, but I don't want to apply too much at once because you will get this weird choppy line. Sometimes my right eye does make that choppy line anyways, and I just really don't care about it. But just go back in with both shades and try to blend it to the best of your ability. Now I'm going to go quickly do my face makeup off camera, and I will be back. Now it's time for the lower lash line. I'm going to take Silk Cream, Butter, Hunts, and Jax and buff them all along my lower lash line. Starting with the lightest shade and then going to the darkest, just like I did on my upper crease. I am now mixing the shades Enlighten, Beam, and Faint and applying them on my inner corner of my eyes. Now, as usual, taking my two favorite mascaras, the Benefit They're Real and the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, I'm going to apply that to my top and my bottom lashes. You could do false lashes with this look. That would look so good, but I don't wear false lashes because I'm a loser. And you also could do wing liner if you want, but I honestly just think that this look is so flattering without wings or anything. It just looks like a really nice halo around the eye, and I think it looks really good. Okay guys, so that is the completed look. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want me to do more tutorials using this palette, please comment below and let me know. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have the best day.